Yavaşlayın bez cadda Eştamid bafanata Kovelosh vireshi falta Sharash sarcha temelcha Nabilo shamara afar Sheni mayim blashon ketar Kor be'esh lo bedavar Miyavo lo yadu davar Zara isha min mizrach kar Avar gesher mi everyam Ayin zar lev nitar Khazaki labbah kwaracha Yarmaki ashan sharshera Zara chirada memshala
Mayim raba min tehomda Ayin gadol kiyam kha
Esh sana lo kabahna Ra'ah vayome hukar Sheni mayim navi amal Kor nashav ruash bahar Lo shahbash lo yirahda Se'ar akalor misha Ayin barzel lev nizbar Timrem kara lola kashdar Lejon shav derech nashar Memshala hadash midbar Kol lo kaba afim mayim Esh belev gam bafraim Sheni mayim echad chaim Sahar shu en labbah neter Kalam du shaem set Angaludu en yesil per Madarama hete penduru Girshu sahar igilaba Uru kalam dumu edin Girshu sahar igilaba Uru kalam dumu edin Isumedu enşestar Etemdu antepşu Medu heset endu atshu Giren shahu laziye Labbah madar edin niru duru Labbah madaren kalam sahar Niru edin niru duru
חדי נשר, עין נשר, יבש עין בסג'תה, אש תמיד בפנתה.
Koveler bile şeftaltar Şaraş sarxa temel kar Nabilu şamara afar
شنی مایم بلشون کتر کر بهش لو بداور
Miyavolo yadu davar
زرا ایشا من مزرخ قار آور گشر می ابریان آین زار لب میتا
Khazaki labbah kwaracha Yarmaki yashan sharshera
زرا چیرادا منشالا مایم ربا من تهمدا آین گدول کیم خار اش سمالو
Kabah
نار راه یوم پکار شنی مایم نبی آمال
kor nashav ruash bahar
رو شاه باش لو ایراد سعر اکالور میشا این برزل میتبار تیمرم کارا لولا کشدار لجون شاب درخ نشار منشلا هدش میدبار کلو کبا افیم مایم اش بله گم بفراییم شنی مایم چاد قایم
Sahar shu en labbah neter Kalam du shamset Angaludu en yesil per Madarama hete penduru Girshu sahar sahar igilaba Uru kalam dumu edin Gir şu sahar igilaba Uru kalam dumu edin اسومدو انشستار اتمدو انتب شو مدو هست اندو اتشو گیرن شاهو لازیه لبه مدارن کلم سهر نیرو edin niru duru Labbah madaren kalam sahar Niru edin niru duru
خبی نشر پایین نشر یواش آیین بس جدا اشتمید بفرنتا
Koveler birleşir faltar Şaraş sarxa temel kar Nabilu şamara afar
شنیماییم بلشون کتاب کربهش لو بداوار
Miyavolo yadu davar
زرا ایشا من مزرخ کار آوارگشر می ابریان آین زار لبنیتا
Khazaki labbah kwaracha Yarmaki ashan sharshera
زرا چیرادا منشالا مایم ربا منتهم دا آین گدول کیام خار اش سمالو کبه نار رعا ویوم پکار شنی مایم نبی آمار
Hello everyone, and welcome to the stream today. Can we do a little quick sound check? It was quite a while ago since we streamed, so I hope my sound is good. Do you hear me? Sound check, sound check. Hello everyone, how are we doing today? Thank you for the subscription, guys. Sounds great. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I have my fruity drink, yes. Right here. Bam. So, what did you think about the little sneak peek soundtrack before we started the stream? I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. I don't know if you noticed, but Mats is actually singing in one of those songs. As you know, Mats have always been involved with in the lore. Thank you for 3 months, Senwit. So he created the language, the lore, the world we're living in Knave. So he have been working on to produce a new soundtrack for us along with Sarducaa. And you heard 2 songs from Sarducaa here. One Silverbrand, thank you very much for 9 months. I wanted to play one song for you as well that is my absolute favorite in any video game out there, and it happens to be the Tin Ramin soundtrack. He's doing one for each clade as well, and it's just a masterpiece. I think it's just awesome. If you guys are interested, I could play that during today's stream as well. It's a really good tune. He's talented, Mats. We were planning to see if you had time to jump in and introduce and talk a little bit about the lore and music he's been working on. But unfortunately, he couldn't make it today in this stream. Chickaboom! Thank you, Chairman, for the 10 month. But he wanted me to say something, so he actually wrote me a message that I could read to you guys just to get some information about the work he's doing with the language and music. So if you don't mind, I could read his message for you guys right now. So this is from Mats, you know, the lore guy behind Mortal. Greetings, mortals. I've been working on a project called Songs from Knave for over a year now, which we've intended to include both in the game and as a standalone release. Music is a huge part of the cultures of Knave, and I've spent a great deal of time getting both the instrumental and the language right. The 10 plus tracks range from a simple herding tune to an excerpt from a Tinremic musical to a Kurite war chant. There are also a few more mysterious works, all performed in authentic Navian language. So it's really cool. You can actually read the text and it actually means stuff as well. From a production standpoint, I've composed and recorded the music in the studio, but I've used AI-assisted tools for many of the vocals and chorus. In practice, I recorded the lyrics myself and then use a combination of core plugins, vocal processing, and AI voice replacement to achieve the desired result. It wasn't an easy decision, but at present it's the only feasible way to create convincing vocal performances in these languages at the scale the project requires. For me, the linguistic and cultural identity of the music is an important part of representing the lore of Knave. Understand and to some extent share the skepticism surrounding AI in art. For that reason, most tracks will be released in both vocal and instrumental versions. I'm excited to share this work with you as Mortal continues to move forward, and we will keep you updated on the project's progress. Take care, Mats. So that's from Mats. And yeah, like I said, he's been working on the soundtrack. And if you want to, I could play my absolute favorite so far. That is a masterpiece, I think. Obviously, I'm a little biased, but I could play the Tinremic soundtrack if you're interested, guys. Play it. All right. I will play it. It's super good. It's super good, trust me. Tell me if you hear it. Do you hear it?
Nostras non auditis, cum spem in vos locavimus.
Servate nos abira.
Insane. God damn, guys. God damn. So yeah, Mats is a genius. You know, he was in a band as well. Played a lot of music, singing, playing the synth. There's almost nothing he can't do, that guy. Always surprised me. He's a genius. So yeah, that's one of my absolute favorite songs. My second favorite is the Calarian theme. It's also up there on the same par. Really good, really good. No, it's not all AI. I just read a message that Mats wanted me to pass on. Like I said, he sing the vocals, create the language for it, and he uses vocals replacement and spend a lot of time on it. So obviously not just something you cook together and get in one of those online softwares. He have a studio and do a lot of stuff. So very impressive. So yeah, there will be a soundtrack along with the Sarducaa release. So pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, so obviously we have Sarducaa around the corner. We have a PTR getting very close. I'm gonna go through a few points, and as usual, we're gonna try to follow the topics and then we can end up with the usual, some Q&A where everyone can ask some various questions. But obviously the main focus will be Sarducaa today. As you can see, we have a few screenshots from in the makings of Sarducaa. Here to my right, some of the different locations. I'm also gonna jump in on Sarducaa and show you a little sneak peek in game as well. Let me check my points here if we have something. Yeah, I guess we have a few questions that a lot of you guys have been asking since the announcement of Sarducaa. Sarducaa. That's how I say it. Sarducaa. So we'll be having a third character slot. We mentioned a little bit, but being a little bit vague because of the different decisions and how we can make things happen. But there will be a character slot for you guys to create and jump straight into it. Oh my god, if you're interested. Oh my god, another one, eh? Noobzish, thank you very much. So yeah, a character slot. Jesus, my wrist is damaged. So we decided that we also want everyone to have a fresh start at the same time, right? So no old characters will be able to move over initially, and if you didn't know, the bridge won't be open at launch, obviously. So anyone that joins in on Sarducaa will be on that continent only, and it will be not be connected to Milan initially, which means after X amount of months, that's when the bridge goes up and you can start trading, go cross the continents. So it's going to be an interesting beginning for Sarducaa. Everyone start fresh on the same terms. So that same goes. If you have a character that you maxed out on Haven, that one is too old to go on Sarducaa. So it will be the same for everyone. I hope that is understandable, that it's probably the best, right? And a little bit about the location. There's been a lot of discussion regarding that as well. So as you know, our MMORPG is not the typical MMORPG. We rely heavily on low latency within the software. Action combat, the system is real time, not, you know, like WoW auto target, and it just does it, you know, in a area. You know what I mean? It's quite the difference in the combat system. So it rely on high frequency hardware, high grade, and we explored a little bit the different hosting providers, and to my surprise, many of them don't have the high grade fast CPU requirement that we use for our combat system, which meant that some of our options got more narrowed down because it's also behind the same network globally. So the location of the current Sarducaa server is east central, more east than central. But again, you know, entire NA area is within the ping normalization with a decent margin. But yeah, you obviously know the drill when it comes to moving and pairing. When you go to over a certain degree, that slowly will change. So if you're on NA, you don't have to worry. It's more surrounding areas, I guess. You know, Asia on the other side. But obviously, we gonna get a lot of data, testing data on PTR. We have one server right now, West Coast, but it's the server performance. It's not high grade, which means the capacity and the performance actually get reduced due to the server capacity and not due to latency. Obviously that's not optimal, so that's also why we only have a few options currently. So yeah, Central East currently. Obviously this may change over time depending on options with the server providers, but we have quite a high demand when it comes to the grade of the CPUs. So that was one of those questions we got a few times. Obviously, where is the location? There are a bigger population East Coast, obviously also, so you know, that matches a little bit. But as long as NA is covered in a good range, we should all be fine, right? Including the West Coast. And that's why we can't go down in grade as well. We're actually going up one notch with the new hardware for Sarducaa. We need to be able to cover as much capacity as possible. To my surprise, the West Coast servers are way lower. You know, obviously they can offer multiple CPUs, infinite amounts, but that's not really what we rely on. We rely on high grade, high frequency CPUs to keep combat tight. So yeah, and we actually looked into 2 or 3 other large providers that can provide anything but high grade CPUs, because it's not common. That's usually not what you host, right? Large enterprises, services online is just scaling on CPUs without having the need for high frequency. Anyway, so that was about that. Should I show a little bit, maybe? We got this little thing. Let me take a look here. So, Sarducaa. Brace yourself. Let's jump in a little bit, shall we? I hope it's a good time of day. Enter Sarducaa. Because there are some areas I would like to show you guys. I can't control the time of day, sadly. So let's just jump on here for now. Oh no, there's always the... Okay, we have a night time. I was hoping it was sunny day. Because there's some cool effects in Sarducaa world. Heat waves and such. Yeah, you saw the 3 character there, by the way. Obviously we have the 3 character slots in place. So yeah, I guess I can announce that we're gonna have a PTR for Sarducaa the 17th of June. So quite soon. We will be grateful if many of you guys would jump in and let us test the new server setup. And obviously we got a lot of concerns from the community when it comes to PTR and Sarducaa. We have a lot of new stuff, exploration that is part of the new fresh beginning, right? So we will be limiting Sarducaa quite heavily. You won't be able to explore the continent fully. You won't be able to map out the dungeons. So we will have a huge area where you can obviously start and move around and help us with covering the tech side when it comes to just getting onto Sarducaa. So yeah, don't worry, we want the secrets, right? Praise be. Praise be. Yeah, obviously a great concern from the community, which we have considered. Will there be a jungle in Sarducaa? Yes, there is a southern jungle in Sarducaa, a little bit similar to MO1. However, this time around, we removed a lot of the limitations we had that we couldn't do. Sarducaa looks way better, obviously. It have different types of regions and zones that looks more different than MO1. Obviously, it's larger, right? And we're working heavily on populating the world now as much as possible. So wherever you go explore, there will be things to discover. I could show you the map, I guess. Do we want to do that? I mean, it will be looked at instantly when PTR goes live. So I may as well, right? Right? 1 second. Whoops. Let me just... all right. Here we go. Sarducaa. This is the map currently in game. There will be some minor tweaks and updates to it still, but we got continents, right? No, I just disabled it. There was a few things I wanted to not show on the stream. Yes, shit, sorry, northern jungle, my bad. True. Yeah, so obviously shape of roll similar to MO1, right? But as you can see, we got some distinctive areas that we were limited to do in MO1. So there's some really cool areas. I think you saw one of the screenshots from the red desert down there south, right? In the one of the screenshots is a really cool area. We have the crater, obviously. Looks really cool. We can't. No, so there will be a time frame for the Haven characters that can go to Sarducaa. So no old characters, sadly. If there any of you have been spending time on just creating a new character, trying to boost it up, it won't be able to join Sarducaa initially. Shabbat Joe, thank you for the 10. Love the PTR soon. We need more quality of life. Rage right are sick, but we need more ways to get PvP content, like fast reduced time spent doing more things. Thanks. Obviously, we plan to add more and more things, content and features, and yes, more action in the world to explore and run into. It's just a matter of time, right? Again, it's always a good reminder. We are probably the world's smallest team to make such an ambitious MMO game. So we're absolutely doing everything we can. And the red area is the red deserts. There are a few different types of desert, classic ones, and then we have some blackish and reddish desert types. Turn off Outlook sound. Oh, sorry, do you hear my mail stuff? Yeah, I can turn that off. There. A little gift. Thank you, Angle. Desert Crimson, eh? No. Damn, I was hoping it was day when I logged in. My luck. It's just nighttime. I wanted to show you the desert during the day. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, I would say. So PTR, depending obviously a little bit on how it goes, if we find any major technical issues that the team needs to go on, obviously that will determine some of that, right? But hopefully things will work as they currently do with our small QA team, which means it shouldn't be longer than a normal PTR. Starting 17th, that would be Wednesday, and we usually run it through the weekend, right? So depending on how it goes, that is still the current plan. Long to hear, sir. Gab, thank you very much. Dapper, as always. What does dapper mean?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Another one, eh? '22, eh? 22. So currently I'm in Belrim. One really cool city that is built like on island mountain tops, or however you will call it, with bridges in between them, very secured. Really cool
Oh my god.
place. Thank you very much for the subscription, guys. Another one, eh? Another one. So it's really cool. I like Belrim. The style is fresh. Got a little Sarducaa Noble. Obviously we have new clothes, gears, armors that you will all be able to craft and use. We have weapons as well that you will be able to discover and craft. Wogin, appreciate it. So here you see some of the Sarducaa clothing, obviously, right? We have some guards. Pretty cool armor. I like this style very much. Sarducaa inspired, obviously. Now this is a mix. It's not a full plate set. We can show you a full plate set as well if you want to see that. This is more like a hybrid from some of the armor pieces. Serhab with the 21 month. Appreciate it. And I love the new updates. The bank improved UI, raise shrines, all the great moves. Oh my god. Whoops, did I click something? Did I don't know. I clicked something in here in Twitch. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yes, new fishes to explore as well. Damn, I want to show this during day because it feels like I'm in a amazing new place. Thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate it. Yes, new mounts, new fishes, new fauna, flora, new everything. So that's why this have been taking quite a lot of time, and still the team have been killing it. It's almost unreal what the team have been able to produce. You know, again, comparing this to a huge company, it's quite amazing the efforts that have been done. Tron Live, thank you very much for 8 months. So that's one thing, right? Meerland and Sarducaa will not share all the same resources, skills, magic skills, all of that. So they will have unique things in these categories. So if you want something that are not available on Sarducaa, then obviously you need to trade it or get it from Meerland or other continent eventually. Sleeve, thank you very much. So I think that's a cool thing as well. Chest, you want me to open it, eh? Wonder, is that... let's see. What the fuck? Okay, okay. I don't know if I should show this. Right, so we got a little thing here, right? Got a little thing here. Apparently we're looking at lockpicking. So let's take a little look here. So I have a little tension here, right? I can move that with my mouse button. I may as well show you, right? I may as well show you. Obviously I can move this little lockpick thing over the different pins, right? We have 8 pins in total. And this one I have 6 pins currently, right? So quite high chest, I would say. And I can move the tension, and I can obviously pick these things. So let's give this a try. We had this in MO1, but I have to say it's nowhere near the realism and effort put into this system. And it's pretty cool. I think you will like it a lot. We have guys that have recorded real lockpicking sound, fiddling around with it, and record it and play them, you know, when it's needed. So just listening on the sound. Do you hear this sound, guys? Loud enough? You know, depending on the tension. I go through this to feel the tension on them, right? I don't know if you know about lockpicking in real life, but this is actually based on that quite a lot. So our guy says that just listening on this with your eyes closed, you can pick it if you learn how to do it and how it sounds. There's sound cues on everything, right? So let's find which one that have a proper tension. Okay, so these two, right? I want to get them in that line and not overdo it. And then I want to find the next tension, so I go up in tension to find the next one. Okay, we probably, here we go. Let's get that in line. Where's this? Okay, also there. So all pins are randomized generated. There's many different levels on them. So it's quite advanced. Let's see if we get the last one here. Holding okay, we up too much. There we go. So this chest gave me a master lockpick. There are 3 different lockpicks. So they have different length, right? So they can reach a different pins. Novice, adept, and master lockpicks. As you can see here, we have the master pick. And these lockpicks won't be sold. You can find the adept lockpick in various locations. Barrels spread quite easily, right? There are durability on the lockpicks, as you can see here. So using them will use the durability. And you use an adept lockpick to open a adept chest, and only adept chests can drop. No, I mean novice chests can drop adept lockpicks, and then adept chest can drop master lockpicks. So you see there's a progression towards those. And obviously you also need a skill 100 for the master lockpick. All dungeons in the world will have these chests that you can open. Boss chest, specific chest may still require the key, but all the others and new chests will now be, you can lockpick them. So it's pretty interesting. There will be a little demand on the lockpicks, right? And then when you have enough, you can go out and cover them. So I actually enjoy picking these chests. It's a great satisfaction. You're gonna see what I mean. Probably already on PTR, right? Yes, new fishes to fish in the world, obviously. A unique list, different from Midland. So yes, another chest here. Cool. So yeah, it's really fun. And as soon as you learned how it works, it's pretty simple. I mean, you can take your time, but eventually the pro pickers is gonna lockpick them very quickly, because some of the things we plan to add and expand a little bit on will make them even more interesting when it comes to difficulty progression. Let me go. Okay. So any new fish? Yes. Did I save that message? Wait. Right. Let me see if I can do this quickly now. Okay. One done. Did I check this one? Okay. So I need to find the tension, right, until they get stuck. And then I move to the next one. So I have to do it in correct order or I will lose them all, right? So come on. There we go. Uh-oh. So that was wrong order, right? This one is heavier, so let's take this one first and then this one. Okay, a little bit more tension. There we go. Boom. Boom. So it's pretty... I feel a satisfaction when I manage to open them. And then obviously there may be some threats nearby that put more time pressure on having to open them more efficiently than me, obviously, right? So obviously you can explore cities in the world with various amount of chests that... whoa. That will reward you with some different loots. So this is Belrim, right? One of quite big city, and it's like I said, it's like float islands of rocks. You have to connect to it with bridges, so it's a cool city. Have a little harbor down there. So if there's lockpicking, is that thievery and sneaking? We don't have all the skills at this point regarding thievery, no. Depending on time, also obviously, we will see what we follow up with when it comes to those skills we're working on as well, and some of the content. So yeah, you'll be able to run around in fashion as a true Sarducaa. So new house slots, I'm not sure about that one. They are bound to accounts currently, right? So currently you cannot place more. We have discussed it briefly. You know, if you want to allow more, but the thing is, houses come with a cost, and not only, you know, it's a constant, slowly building up in the world. So there's some uncertainties when it comes to the house slots. I could show a little bit in Bethesda as well, the capital city, but I was really hoping it was, because when the sun is here and it shines through this tunnel and the rays, oh my god, looks amazing. Looks amazing. But we can't control the time of day. No free-to-play option during Sarducaa release. The focus has been Sarducaa, and that's a huge undertaking, as you can imagine. Everything, it's a whole new world, right? With new everything. So the team have been just working day and night on building this new continent. And it's way better than MO1, obviously. But yeah, I wanted to show you this during the day. It looks awesome. I guess you can try that on PTR as well. We're not that far off. It's 2 weeks, right, until PTR. With all those new clothes, will there be a new system in order to make them useful for combat? So, obviously clothes have little defense, right? And then we have mage armor that I'm not sure we're revealing. Obviously we're not revealing all of those during PTR, and now you will have to discover them yourself. The PTR will be on the correct server in North America, yes. That's one of the point of actually testing it, right? So we need to test that transition from our current database. There's no new magic along with this, but like I said before, there are exclusive materials, resources, skills, magic, so you can't just go and learn all magic schools on Sarducaa. Same with some skills and resources and all that. So, you know, the launch of Sarducaa would be interesting in terms of you won't be able to get it all, right? Until obviously the bridge opens, then you can go transport back and forth. And there are obviously unique stuff here on Sarducaa that you can't get on Milan and vice versa. You won't be able to open someone's house with lockpicking because the nature of violations. You know, the obvious. If you can't rely on some certainties, it won't be used. So that's the sad nature of it, right? There's a lot of investment. It's not like Rust that you can build up anything in 5 minutes, waste it as you go. This is still a persistent MMO, right? So we have to consider that. I think everyone prefers to have a growing living world with a lot of new players and players remaining, right? Rather than getting the rush of stealing from someone and then losing players. You see what I mean, right? So yeah, it's going to be awesome with Sarducaa. Fresh new exploration. Imagine the time. People loved exploring the new regions in Milan when we open them up one at a time during the test phase. But obviously, having a whole new continent is gonna be more enjoyable for everyone, including old timers that are tired about, you know, the old. So shall we jump a little bit in Bethiara? It's the capital city of Sarducaa. It's a cool city. Let's see if I can get a little teleport maybe. Bam. Bam. There are way shrines, yes. But I'm not showing them either. You have to discover them, right, to be able to use them. Walk there, it's quite a distance, so I think you will think it's more enjoyable if I jump straight to it, right? Got some commoners. Look at this little lady with some Sarducaan clothes. Damn, it's night. I want the daytime. I mean, it's so crisp when it's daytime in Sarducaa. What do you think about the new armor design? Again, now it's the arm is not plate arms. The whole set of this is a plate heavy armor. We can show it if you want to. This is a little mix of it. Another little bastard. A little bastard. Got a little shield. Sarducaan sword with this one. All right, let me go to the entrance. It's pretty cool here. Show the great desert. Before these guys were threatening me. Didn't have a good standing. But yeah, the clothes are pretty nice. And obviously you can craft them in different materials and fabrics, so they look different. Scorpion King. There are crepes on Sarducaa, which looks very much like scorpions. So this is a cool city with what's it called? Palace here in the center. This is built on an oasis, so there's a lot of water surrounding everything with bridges over connecting it. So it's a pretty cool city. And this is one of the entrances. Yeah, no guilds here. They are not connected on mainland. So here we got one of the vast deserts that you can explore. Yeah, I think this looks badass. The new armor. It's cool. It's cool. Got some games book. Games book. Nice, nice. Looks very nice, I have to say. Get to that tree. It's quite a distance. Quite a distance. Got the Sarducaa banner. Yeah, I think those were tamed, right? Damn, I want a day. I want a day, so we can get the crisp desert look. There's some small twisters and tumbleweeds. And we have that heat wave, which is really cool as well. What is this? Could it be the camels? Looks almost like it, right? Yeah, we're running moonlight. I happen to hit the nighttime, sadly. Looks amazing when it's daytime. I can't change it. I can't change it. I'm not running as a GM because, yeah, I can't do things as a player in the same way. But yeah, obviously I'm not gonna run around and explore for you. Just wanted to show a little bit, as I said in a sneak peek, right? But yeah, there's a lot obviously to explore. Points of interest, dungeons, new bosses, new fishes to explore across the continent. Thank you for the gifts. Pretty much knew everything, right? And you remember this tree from MO1, guys? That looks like a little twister over there. Discover Rua Gamal. It's a Rua Gamal. Obviously one of the mounts. It's a beautiful, beautiful new mount. Rua Gamal. The stonewood, indeed, indeed. That tree over there. No, so as I said before, people had great concerns that they will map and explore secrets during PTR, which obviously we don't want to happen, right? So we are blocking off huge portion of the continent, including dungeons, obviously. So you will help us to test the tech and get here and populate it, but you will not be able to explore the world. But I mean, Sarnado, it's a Sarnado, man. Mr. Brinkley. Yeah, there are some cool new bosses, obviously. We have some new huge creatures in the desert. Some very large ones. One particular big world boss is out here somewhere in the sand dunes. But yeah, like I said, I didn't plan to show too much around here. You will be able to check some things out during PTR, obviously. We're only 2 weeks from that. And hopefully it's gonna be a smooth PTR, which means then we can go live quite soon thereafter, is the plan. Yeah, those materials that we had in MO1 will be here as well. I could show the plate armor, I guess, if I get some assistance. We can show the full plate armor, how that looks. There will be a few more types, obviously, that we are not revealing until we go live. No, there's no new magic schools, but there are unique things on Sarducaa and schools that are not... All of them are not here, right? So you can only obtain a few types of magic schools. Similar to... There are some resources, skills. Obviously the new armors are only available here, while some are not available here that are available in Milan. So there... It also promotes a trade, right? There are obviously lack of some main resources over here as well. So you can trade or transport from Milan. So the heat system. We decided not to have the heat system the same way we had in MO1. So it's actually disabled. There's a few things we would like to update to it. So right now there is no heat system other than some obvious areas in the world, such as the crater. It will be cooked if you go there. Obviously this is a huge vast desert. There are many regions that are optimal for foot fighting as well. You know, open vast landscapes, which MO1 Sarducaa was to 98%, means that mounted combat, mounted transportation was the obvious main thing. We have changed that a little bit this time because, again, of some limitations we are not limited to anymore. So some regions are obviously quite heavily when it comes to terrain being affected. So there are some variation. The glass furnace. Obviously, if you're playing in these areas, then obviously a mount would be affected, right? Who is this guy? Is this a GM come here? Looks like it. Yes. So the armor, plate armor. Let's see if we got it on here. Damn, can we get the sun? I wanna show these during the day of time because the shine is amazing. Look at this beautiful Rua Gamel and a plate armored guy on top of it. Pretty nice, I have to say. Pretty nice. Mr. Prinkley, what do you think? You wanna be a Gamel rider? Pretty cool, pretty cool. I like the fur here. Looks so amazing, right? Looks good. Yeah, thanks. The artists have done a great job. So, Bethieda, the capital city of Sarducaa.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Another one.
Atlas, another one. Another one. Yeah, so obviously lockpicking, I revealed it in the stream. So now you know we're gonna have lockpicking as well in game, obviously, right? Wanna take a quick look again, eh? Let's see which type this is. So this is a 8-pin, a master chest, and then I think this one is, yeah, this is a novice. Online soundtrack spot for when? Good question, good question. We will see. It may happen. So, yeah. As I showed initially in the stream, Mats are working on finishing a Sarducaa soundtrack or an overall Mortal Online to soundtrack update. There'll be a 10 plus songs, some really awesome ones. Do some subtle background music so we can enjoy the world with some music again. No new magic, no entities at this time. The entire team have been focusing on finishing Sarducaa in time, or we would have to wait quite a bit more if we stretch in additional new content due to being a small team. But yeah, I really much enjoy the lockpicking game. It's a cool game, and as if you listen carefully, there are cues on the tension, if they're correct, and so on. So it's a great satisfaction when you get a hold of it. Come on, come on. There we go. Boom! Chicka boom! Chicka boom! It's not really as Oblivion, I think. But yeah, it's as realistic as it can get, I think, with the sounds and the tension and order of things. So your guild doesn't, you can't invite from Milan initially, right? So they will be local. So everything starts fresh on Sarducaa. No one has a treasure or anything, right? You have to start fresh. When the bridge open though, then obviously you can move over, right? So it makes it a unique, fresh start for everyone. Starting with nothing. So I think it's gonna be fun. There are red areas, red cities in Sarducaa also. I think there are 2. I don't show the cities here now. I haven't discovered much either, but yeah, we have 2 red cities, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not saying that elementalism will not be available at all, but I'm saying that there could be some elements available here on Sarducaa, while some elements won't be available here on Sarducaa, if that makes sense. If that makes sense what I'm trying to say here. No free to play along with this step. It's too much on our table. That's another big leap. How do you solve the low population problem? In some obvious ways, right? A lot of old-timers are tired of Milan. They wanna explore new worlds, and some of them loves the idea of having a fresh start. And then we have a lot of people in North America that refuses to play with high latency, that can now play for the first time ever. A new push, new marketing, obviously. A lot of new stuff. Quite obvious, right? That self-explanatory that this will interest quite a few players. Bam! Blueberry muffin. Thank you for the 10,000 amazing game. 2 questions. Damn. What was the questions? Will components be writable? Will Elven get reworked? So no, components are not writable due to some obvious issues and could be exploitable when it comes to accessing high-level spaces in houses and so on. So we are working on that to limit the collision, simply to make it impossible for the component to walk inside houses if they are way too large, right? So that's something we want to make happen before you can ride them, to avoid some messy situations. And balance is not really the main focus right now. As you can understand, we've been working on this new world for quite a while. We want to finish it. Lockpicking is for both Mirland and Sarducaa, so all dungeons in the world, including Mirland, you will be able to lockpick. Except a few boss chests, obviously, that requires a key. And yes, Fat Duck Gaming, we had extended the ranges around all node lines, points of interest, dungeons. You can't build there to avoid shenanigans. Obviously, the game will never be perfectly balanced because no one even agree on what that is. There will be tweaks and changes and additions, obviously, as we move forward. But I think it's important to set expectations on a normal level that what you think is perfect, no one agrees on, pretty much. So how can it be perfect then, right? Thank you for 21 months. Nice. We don't have to agree. I'm just right. That's the usual thing, right? That's what everyone says. Just do what I say, right? I know. I always know best. That's how it goes. But obviously, like I said, we see the flavor of the month, and we're expanding a lot of our tools to have better abilities to support our players more effectively. I've actually been working on a backend system for quite a while now that is quite finished, but we have to connect a lot of few things to fully go live with it. But I'm very much looking forward to that, which means better, more effective support overall when something may go wrong or so. Better effective tools, obviously, when it comes to players playing unfairly or trying to cheat. We will have stronger tools and things against that as well. Obviously, that's something that is high on our priority list. But it's also something we don't go out openly with and talk about, obviously, for the obvious reasons. Thank you for the 4 months. There is no IP you can check the servers right now. No, you will be able to try for real on PTR in 2 weeks. So not much left to wait. No news of the ships and boats, no. Haven is the same. We don't plan to rework on Haven until we're looking into free-to-play steps where it makes sense to change along with it. There are no new spells. I don't know if that is a rumor or something, but no new spells. What I have commented is every continent have unique resources and magic schools. You can't learn all things you can learn on Mirland or discover all things you can do in Mirland here on Sarducaa, and vice versa. So when the bridge opens, that's when you can transport and trade and do whatever, right? So yeah. Sadly for you guys that were expecting new magic, not at this time. Again, I think it's easy to, you know, what is the word I'm looking for? Underestimate the work of a new world. And again, we're a small team, so I think we have done amazing with what we have. The team never surprises when it comes to... But we make our new names. You can pick whatever name is free. If you want an old one, you have to sacrifice him a meal and wait until you can move over, I guess. If that was your question. Yeah, so VR works to a degree, but we haven't obviously worked at all on fully supporting it because there are some issues obviously with overlay and UI that needs attention. Thank you for the 4 months, man. Appreciate it. Looks good, man. Excited. And thank you, Diarco, for the 6 months. But yes, we are obviously like I said, high priority and concern about people trying to cheat and do bad stuff. And we have ways now to leap forward to combat this, but we need more time to get it on the level we want it to be on. There's always room for improvement, obviously, right? But it's something we, take very seriously. Especially if we look into any form of free-to-play, then obviously it will be 100 times more important due to the obvious reasons. No, you can't have an old Haven character and move straight onto Sarducaa. I think most agrees that it's more fun and fair if we all start the same time, fresh, moving over to Sarducaa, right? Yeah, that's what we decided on. Fresh start for everyone. Obviously, you can skip doing stuff on Haven if you want to and go straight here. Or you can do some farming or whatever you want on Haven. But if you're a veteran, then obviously you know what you're missing and not missing, right? The Great Haven Race. Yeah, I like the concept, obviously. There's been quite a group that have constantly asked for a wipe. This is a pretty cool soft wipe, I would say. And I think most agree that this is an opportunity for us all start fresh on these continents. So it's gonna be cool. The sun is slowly rising, guys. We see some heat waves a little bit, so the temperature is deserty. Yes, there will be a third character for Sarducaa. We discussed it, right? And initially thought that, well, we want to keep it at 2 slots. We don't want it to be too much self-supplied. We want to promote trades and so on.
Oh my god.
And obviously we have the split tree where you can do much more than you could in MO1. But we're adding new skills and stuff also over time, so that will, balance out. Adware, thank you for the donation. Can you fix existing dungeon bosses? A lot of them soloable with single mage. Yeah, we have seen some of that. I don't know if you've managed to do any updates to that in the current sprint due to Sarducaa, but we have been watching some of it that we want to obviously tweak and update. And we're also trying to obviously make the new bosses on Sarducaa to be more balanced in terms of if we want it to be soloable or a team efforts. But it's always tricky because players are amazing to find new strategies in a sandbox game like this. There are some tweaks been done to all buildings that when you build on Sarducaa, they fit the sandy environment better than obviously than on Milan. So they look a little bit different to simply fit better. Yeah, obviously we try to make the loot also represent a team effort, right? It's always tricky to get it right because depending on the group, it can be that you struggle in a 10 group team, and if it's veterans, you may be able to do it easy with 5 people. So it's always tricky, right? Yes, there are some cool new bosses on Sarducaa, obviously, right? There's one big new boss out in the world. Then of course we have the dungeon bosses. Cheers. If Peter goes, how long on to release? So if things go smooth, we plan to go live quite soon thereafter. So I'm hoping and crossing my fingers that the PTR will be smooth. we will see on the 17th of June. So that's in 2 weeks from now, exactly. So it's just around the corner, guys. And if nothing major happens, then we are aligned to go live pretty soon after. We don't have the exact timeline on PTR, but it's currently planned as usual from Wednesday throughout the weekend, depending on what happens, right? Can we get the date for putting in vacation? I mean, like I said, if a PTR goes well, we plan to go live very soon after. Does Henrik ever laugh? You know? If you're real funny, I may laugh. Yeah, we're gonna do some push some rounds. Obviously, we're always a little bit nervous. We never know what to expect in terms of people logging in at the same time. That's always a stress on the entire pipeline. We have done a lot of work, improved a lot of stuff, but you never know, right, until that day happens. And that's also why almost every single MMO in the world release struggle with that. And we are not alone. So, but yeah, hopefully it will be smooth. But if things are under control, then yes, we plan to do some marketing rounds as well. Do you want to see that bridge again? Look at this amazing sun. I want to see the Belrin bridge now when the sun is rising again. Spectacular. Spectacular. I do jump on Mortal every now and then. I used to play with a group of real life friends, and we actually had a blast. Always some crazy shit happen, and that's why we continue playing it on and off. You know, it's that type of game that you know, you never know what's gonna happen, right? And if you meet crazy or funny people, you know, that may elevate your experience. You know, I always love running into Mr. Prinkley, for instance. That just makes my day. Look at this amazing place. So cool. Especially when the sun moves over here and it goes in here. It's a magical sight. Mr. Prinkley, where are you, man? Ooh. It's a cool place. It's a cool place. So you see, the city is built on this rock formation, so it's quite secured. I don't know exact size compared to Myrland. It's around the same size, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Quite similar size. The proportion on M1, obviously Sarducaa was way larger than Myrland. Now they're more equal large. We are not on latest DLSS actually. We run into a few issues there, some performance issues, and we don't want performance to go down during this, right, as a baseline. So no, it's the second latest version of DLSS. We plan to obviously support the latest anytime we can breathe, having what's most important in place first. Keep spots. I think there's a few less than on Milan, if I'm not mistaken. I have to check up, but almost similar amount, I think. yeah, performance is obviously a top priority. We know that obviously it's quite demanding, right? It's a large-scale MMO. Players can go wherever they want, which puts a big strain on performance. And of course, we're running on Unreal 5. That is next-gen engine, and yeah. Yes, there will be a third slot on Sarducaa patch. I'm then really, is there any way I can get help with soundtrack music? I'm not sure. Mats, you know, he does all of that, right? He's not just making music in his studio. He's actually finalizing the language. He spends so much effort into the lyrics, the language for the different clades, and it has a meaning. It's almost like, you know, Tolkien in Lord of the Rings. He's actually inventing the languages, right? So and he's using that language in the songs, so it's quite advanced. Thank you for the correct posture. I always tend to slope down, you know. Sweet Man TV, hello man. Will there be region outposts? Yes. Let me just take a quick look. So we have done, so we try to keep on the schedule. What is the time? Yeah, I usually try to hold my streams around 2 hours, right? So we don't get too sleepy. I've shown a little bit of Sarducaa. I have a few screenshots here as well that we're taking when we run around in the world. This is the red deserty area under the crater. Pretty cool area. This is Belrim that I was just running around in. So let me see. Shall we do the little giveaway, guys? If it's working for me, that is. Shall we try it? Exclamation mark MO2. It's up and running. If you want a chance for a game copy, type it in the chat. And you are in the list. Let's give it a minute. Bam! Chicka bam! Yeah, it's gonna be both scary and exciting at the same time, obviously, right? So hopefully there will be a few hundred helping us just jumping in on Sarducaa PTR, so we can, you know, see the server steps, because we have expanded that quite a bit, Yeah, but holy shit, did you hear the Tinnermin song? Wasn't it freaking good? I get the goosebumps when I'm playing it loud. The goosebumps. It's a masterpiece. Yeah, Age of Conan and Skyrim, I think, had good soundtracks. And I think it's right up there in that valley. How many armor sets? I'm not sure about the exact number, but there's a few. Light, heavy, medium clothing. Agreed on the music, right up there. Yeah, I think so. I played it loud on my my super speakers, and holy cow, the goosebumps hits hard. Also the Caladian, you're gonna hear the Caladian when it goes live. We don't want to spoil that either, right? It's on the same level, I think. It's really, really good. There are obviously new weapons, right? Headpieces, handles that you will have to learn and be able to craft. So we discussed the bridge, right? So just looking at past experience with MO1, the world came together to build a bridge with a few ambushes and crazy shenanigans. But after that, incredibly fast, people built the bridge, obviously, to get over, right? And when it was once built, no one destroyed it. You know, it was open. So quite a bit of effort to build a function behind it, but the functions were never used. So right now we are in the way of, you know, it's not worth it. Let's just have the bridge, right? So that's what we're leaning towards. So we can actually spend the time on features and stuff that will be more used, obviously. So initially the bridge won't be open, right? We start with Sarducaa, and then the bridge will be open X amount of months later. We haven't set the exact date yet. We have looked a little bit into the community to see what kind of time period you guys are, you know, preferring or looking at. And I think it's been around 2 to 4 months. That is the wide spectrum. We just need to narrow it down, right? So we're leaning towards not having to build it wolf-shite. Wolf-shite. It always gets me. Because like I said, the time investment in having the function is not really worth it if it's just built once and then never used again, right? So we may as well just raise it when it's time. Wolf-shite. But it's, yeah, the time, anything around 2 to 4 months, I guess it's going to be somewhere around that time, right? Party hard, indeed. Wolf sight. Sight. So that was our old system. You could blow up the bridge in MO1, but it never happened. You know, people wanted it up. So I don't think it's worth us rebuilding the system for, you know, that. Have I ever killed a new player? No, I have not. I can't, you know. I feel I'm the father. I'm the father in Nave. And I can't do it. I can't do it. How many dungeons? I'm not sure of the exact number. There's obviously a few dungeons, and there are quite a few points of interest, a lot of camps spread out. So there should be plenty to explore. Obviously not the same amount as we have currently on Milan. We have been spending quite some time to expand that on Milan, as you know. So it's not the same amount initially. Do you help the noobs? I do. I help them with knowledge. Will you or Jake or 45 win in a fight in game? Come on, man. Jake has nothing on me. I mean, he's good, right? He's good. Twiddling his sword, you know? Especially for that higher ping in Australia. I mean, I haven't practicing my PvP. I was doing it regularly during the combat beta. I was decent back then, right? So I even smacked a few one live in front of everyone, embarrassing them. But then I've been on quite a break, been extremely busy working. So I have to admit I'm quite rusty in PvP right now. And you know, it's one of those skills that require you to keep it going, especially since new type of tactics happen, obviously, also since combat beta, right? You're rusty, Jake. I don't think you're as rusty as me. You pray on the noobs. That gives you some basic spin skills. I need Patwin to jump in again then to teach me the basics again so I can get back into action. That's how we did it on the bridge during combat beta. Is he around? Patwins. People are growing up, you know. It's crazy. We have been here for generations. We don't have the official exact date for release of Sarducaa, but like I mentioned, we have the PTR date, which is the 17th of June, so in 2 weeks from now. And based on that, we hope everything goes smooth, which means we can go live shortly after. Saturday. MO2, it's too old. It's too old, man. There's a lot of nostalgic feeling in MO1, obviously, right? But I think it's becoming more and more nostalgic, and that's it. People forget how far we have come and improved things since that era. You need a new character for Sarducaa, and on PTR you have a third character slot, so you can go straight onto it. You won't be able to get all the magic on Sarducaa. And if you think about it, maybe some elements you can learn on Sarducaa, while some maybe not. You know, maybe. You can use your third slot for Milan, yes. When you enter Haven on a new character on release, you will be able to pick Sarducaa or Milan with your character. And obviously you will be able to cross back and forth when the bridge opens up later. There's quite a bit of magic on Sarducaa as well. There's going to be magic for sure. But like I said, there will be some exclusive magic on Milan that is not on Sarducaa. No entities yet. Sorry. All right. 1 more minute. Exclamation mark MO2. If you just tune in, we're gonna do the giveaway. Yes, we have improved the capacity on the server. We have the top grade for Sarducaa ready. We have improved and optimized a lot. We obviously can go beyond the numbers we ever had on Milan, and those numbers have been quite in the high. We peaked 1,800 on one node at one time without any major issues, and you know, I don't remember exact number, over 2,000 something. We had one big battle, 450 players battle without any hiccups on the server, but FPS was quite poorly. But obviously there's a lot of things being added over time, right? So we always need to keep an eye on if there's something new causing instability or performance. There's quite a lot of new stuff, right, with TC and stuff that we're analyzing to making sure that there's no thieves stealing. Obviously, we're not entering that late state initially in Sarducaa, which is a good thing, so it will cost less on the server until we reach that more end game of things. Fought master. No updates on the Tagmatun invasion. Sadly, there is an issue right on the server with that system. That's why we had to pause it. Obviously, we intend to revisit as soon as we can to enable it again, obviously. Alright, should we do the roll? Roll the dice. Shit, was quite a while ago. Let me find the thingy, you know? Alright, let's roll the giveaway. Good luck, everyone. Here we go! Here we go! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where is it? I can't show it. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, there we go. There we go. And Azrik Mani, congratulations. You're the winner. Azrik Mani. Are you in here? Are you in here? Let's see. It's always rigged, guys. Always rigged. Is Rachmani. Send me a DM here. Indeed, indeed. He died. Roll again, eh? Is he not here? Let's give him a minute to respond. If not, we re-roll the dice. As Rick Mani won. Let's give him a minute. Azrik Mani, send here. Send me a DM. So I can send you the key. Found them. Yes, yes. There he is. Check the DMs. I send you a message. You should be able to respond to that. Yeah, I responded here in the chat. You just need to find the DM as well, right? And I can send him the code in the DM. There we go. There we go. Shit, I need to find that key now. Give him a minute. Where do we have it? Let's see. No, no. Where do we have the key? A moment, guys. Should be able to find it. Where the hell is it? I miss you, Henrik. Inte vi som Medul sometime. Yeah, you know, sometimes I sneak into Medul and look at all the shenanigans. When the... What's it called now again? The tornado. Mr. Prinkley. What's the name of the tornado again? Remind me. What is the damn tornado called again? The Chickaboom tornado. It had a certain name. The bugnado. The bugnado. Could be that, yeah. Yeah. Alright, I think I found the keys, guys. So yep. Here we go. Congrats, Azrik Mani. Again, are you a Mortal 1 veteran or Mortal 2, or rather new to Mortal, out of curiosity? New player, awesome, awesome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, you should try the lottery as well. Test your luck. Here looks amazing. Limit houses to active account only for the betterment of the game. Yeah, obviously just having we've been very loose on the rules compared to any other or most other MMO games. You know, anyone can pay the upkeep and stuff like that. It's not good. One thing, the world gets bloated. It steals some FPS when you travel the world. Two, obviously the database and all that gets bloated with stuff that are, you know, remaining there forever. Not a lot of empty space for people to build, you know. So, but the thing is, obviously, when we give something and then take that away is always bad, right? But I would prefer to have it obviously account bound, right? And that you have to be actively paying it. If you're not active, should you really have a house then forever? I'm not sure. I mean, sure, you should have plenty of time to keep your house, right? And it shouldn't be a pain in the ass, but if you quit, should your house remain forever? We're talking about performance in different ways, both server and client also, right? To consider that. We're extremely generous to allow anyone to pay upkeep. I mean, do you guys remember Ultima Line? You had 1 week. 7 days, you had to refresh the house or it's gone. I kept my house for 10 years. I didn't cry. I didn't cry like a little baby. And what are we giving? Like a month, right? I'm coming from the hardcore era. I understand that that's not really plausible today. But you know, things was rough in the old days. Let's see, have I covered all my points I want to get across? I did a little sneak peek in Sarducaa. We accidentally or not showed you guys Lockpicking A. It's a cool minigame. It's a great satisfaction when you pick the locks. So obviously more exploration and nice rewarding tied to that. Obviously we're going to expand things on skills and professions after Sarducaa. I mean, it's like I said, theory is not coming, but obviously lockpicking ties a little bit to it, right? So we kind of shows a little bit what we're doing there. Not being able to pick house locks indoors is a huge niche. Stonefather, you know, I see where you're coming from, right? But, you know, there's a line of, when you cross that line, people won't be using things. And we're dangerously close to that. And if you have no type of security and you just jump in your house to kill anyone and steal stuff, lockpick everything, houses won't be used at all compared to today, actually. And it's also based on how it's built on a persistent MMO. It's not like Rust, right? So we need to be careful there, right? There could be like temporarily construction that could be used for storage and sieging and doing whatever. That could be tagged for that you could lockpick it and so on. So there's like 2 tiers. One is more like the Rust thing, you know, you build, you destroy, it's more come and go. That then also fits that you could lockpick them. It's the same category. I have played Rust. Right now I have very limited time to play games, which is a little bit unfortunate because I miss the days, right? But Mortal Online and the company takes so much freaking time. I sit every day and build stuff Monday almost to Sunday to late nights. It's quite insane actually, but I'm so freaking passionate. I'm spending all my time in building Starworld and Mortal. I built quite some cool systems actually that we're gonna benefit from soon in Mortal. We appreciate you and you're making a masterpiece, and we appreciate you guys for supporting us and making it possible. Make Prinkley community manager. That would be awesome, eh? Hellgates when? Good question. Obviously, when Sarducaa is in place and we see that everything's under control, we will start looking at the next big milestone or the next steps, roadmap, what should be the focus. There's obviously a few things and features that are quite high up there when it comes to listening on the community, right? And Hellgates is one of them. Stop talking about Mr. Prinkley all the time. I thought everyone loved Mr. Prinkley. Am I wrong? He's such a naive character, right? Yeah, I guess I have to make sure we are done. So yeah, we're pretty much done with what I set out to do today. I guess we have a little moment to cover a few questions or whatever. I don't know the exact date when it comes to when we can enable invasion again. There was a few things we thought was causing a server crash, node crashes, and we investigated that and found out it wasn't only that, so we had to disable it to get the stability back for now. But obviously we need to revisit as soon as we can to get it on again. Sorry, I'm quite slow, guys. I'm trying to catch relevant questions. Prioritizing Sarducaa questions a little bit more than anything else. And I don't intend to talk a lot about balancing, right? Because it's impossible. Yeah, obviously we're trying to do a little some footage for Sarducaa as well, right? I'm actually have no beard oil right now. It's natural and dry. But I should use it a little bit more to get it so it's soft, you know. Yep, there are some cool points of interest obviously spread out in the world. And there are events in the world similar to Mialand, but obviously unique to Sarducaa. Reputation is the same as on Mialand, but obviously we have the different nations, the Sarducaa nations on Sarducaa, obviously. We haven't decided on the time for the bridge. As I mentioned before, just looking at the community and what we also align with is something around 2 to 4 months. That's, you know, I think that's what we heard and seen, that people think that is somewhere around that. Pat wins, there he is. My PvP coach back in '99. On the bridge. Comment beta. Always nice to see you guys. Never open, eh? I mean, it's a full world, right? I mean, eventually everyone is, especially you veterans, will catch up and be endgame on Sarducaa as well, right? So what's the purpose of not having the world connected? I think it's a cool concept where the entire world is connected in different regions, you know, North America, Europe, and then eventually Asia, other areas. And we can all play in the same world, and we can also visit each other, we can help each other, we can trade. It's beautiful. Obviously, boat would be one way down the line as well. Especially to reach those continents that is not connected with landmass or bridges, right? No, the heat system is currently not enabled globally like it was in MO1 for some specific reasons. However, there are hot areas like the glass crater, which obviously will burn you when you enter it. No public timeline on boats. But we've been building a few things that kind of is required for the boat system, so we are aligning towards it. It's a feature I really want to have in a game sooner rather than much later, because it just gives a whole new type of element, right? Which is pretty cool. There will obviously be other types of invasions as well, yes. Not only Tygmatons. What week of launch? Depends on PTR. Hopefully PTR will be smooth. Not sure when Asia's server is. I guess it's Ormathar, Lakia, the continent. Maybe in Asia. Singapore, what do you say, guys? Yeah, there are wilderness in Sarducaa. Summer video on YouTube soon. Great wolf shite. Could the second character slot be used for Sarducaa like the third? What? Could the second character slot be used for Sarducaa like the third? You can use the character slot wherever you want, but you need a new character to enter Sarducaa initially. Wolf shite, Stone Lizard, Ratzar, and Jungle Inn. Yes, they are in Sarducaa. I mean, the lottery you have high rates to win, but yeah, some of those high on the crazy wins are reduced. But we're giving back part of that wins to give more win lotteries and medium big wins. So it should be a little bit more engaging, but yeah, you can't go as high as before. When you open Sarducaa, after PTR. PTR is scheduled for 17th of June, so in 2 weeks. So if you want to help us jump on the madness, and we can get some great data, hopefully. If it's smooth, we will go live soon after. Hellfire Gala, thank you for the subscription, appreciate it. I have to check with Sebastian and team when it comes to the exact details of the housing per account rule, right? There's some uncertainties there. Almost on the level of MO1. I mean, we are past it in terms of many areas. Obviously, lacking one continent is obviously a big thing, right? But yeah, we're getting that continent now. And this continent is way more detailed and interesting and exciting than it was in MO1. Steve the Ninja, sadly I can't say any date or estimate other than PTR will be the indicator. If it's smooth, it's very soon after. No, you can't invite guild cross continent initially. I mean, we obviously need to look into the exact details when the bridge opens, right? How we handle the guild transfer thing. We have some time until that happens, obviously, right? We're talking about months after release. No, if you're in Haven already, that character will not be able to go to Sarducaa. We want a fair, fresh start for everyone. So, yeah, if you want to go to Sarducaa directly, you need a new character. With lockpicking, will there be some sneaking skills? Not now, but I am working on thievery profession and assassination profession, and there are some really interesting features and skills tied to those professions. Lockpicking obviously is a little bit, I guess, hand in hand with the thievery, but thievery and assassination will give you some new ways of playing the game in a really cool way. It will be like Assassin's Creed in cities or wherever you want. Sneaking is included. I've also designed, obviously inspired from Ultima Online, with the disguise kits. How that plays a role when you do thievery, assassination stunts in cities with the nations around guards, etc. So there's some really cool elements I'm looking forward to, but they will not be with Sarducaa. We are focusing 100% on Sarducaa first. But it's gonna be fun. So yeah, there will be more skills and professions. We don't plan to expand on more skill points because, again, we want you to be somewhat limited. You have to choose the areas you're most interested in and then have trades, promote trades and communication between players, right? You shouldn't be supplied in everything, right? And we are already on the edge, I think, with a third character slot. But since we are planning to add quite a few professions and skills, hopefully it will be still, you know, be balanced. No new weapon abilities, but there will be new weapon types in the same groups that we have that you can craft. Server is East, Central, East. Due to performance when it comes to the hardware. We're quite limited on what the providers can provide hardware-wise. For some reason, it's extremely poor in West Coast. I wasn't aware of that. We have one server that we've tried things on, but it's lower grade in terms of latency speed on the GPUs, and it affects our real-time combat system, which is quite unfortunate. So we are kind of forced to have it where the big grade server centers is. So that was actually one factor that, you know, forced us. We looked into a few other server providers as well, big ones, and same issue with all of them. I don't know what the hell is going on in West Coast and what's up with low-grade CPUs. They can scale infinitely, but we don't need scale infinitely. We need high power, or we won't have real-time combat. No IP to check. You will do PTR in 2 weeks, so until then. Yeah, they have some catching up to do in the West Coast, it seems. I mean, obviously, what is it? 90% living in East Coast, so I guess that's part of it. But I mean, we have, what, LA, San Francisco, right? What else? West Coast. Las Vegas. I guess that's it. Seattle. Phoenix. We got a few ones. Got a few. A daily task being invented from them. Yeah, there will be. Wait. Yeah, there's its own list of dailies over Sarducaa, obviously. Everyone lives as far from California as they can. It seems like it, right? I mean, we got Miami. It's a pretty nice place, isn't it? Miami. San Diego. It's pretty nice, right? But everyone is living in East Coast, it seems. And few people Central. Shop price depends if you want to commit longer period of not. It goes down to around $10 a month if you commit to longer periods, or it's the standard $14 a month. So there's some options. Yeah, I mean, people in West Europe obviously will be able to play as decent as East Coast NA played on Europe today, and we have obviously a lot of East Coast NA players on Mireland, which, you know, can play fine, and it will be the vice versa obviously for West European playing on Sarducaa. New skills, you know, it's everything from resources crafting, lockpicking. There's a few new ones. And a ping from NJ. New Jersey, you mean? Or where? I mean, that's good. That's really good. Brazil, yeah. What's the guy's name now again with Babunta on the arm, the tattoo? He's from Brazil, right? It's a cool guy. Hope he's back for some action in Sarducaa. Yeah, that's good ping from North America, 92 Milan. That's good. It's sad that the technology is limited by the nature of the universe when it comes to speed of light, right? I was hoping there could be some tech pushing those boundaries, but it's gonna be tough. New York 70 ping. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's probably the closest jump route to London, right? Shout out from Brazil. Let's go. Let's go. What is that guy named? Do you know who I'm talking about? He used to play with the Brazilian team and had his Babunta tattoo on his arm. He was a cool guy. As reaction time gets faster, it feels slower. Indeed, indeed. True, true. Give me the wipes. I mean, it's in Sarducaa wipe. It's not that you, as a veteran, you will always be how rich you want to be, right? You're not going to have problems within a few months, no matter what type of wipe, right? What we do plan is adding a lot of content that will cost a hell of a lot more money as well. So you have to kind of pick where you want to spend it on. Sarducaa was always a gold mine. When is it out, Henrik? Lordus, 17th of June, the PTR starts. If it goes smooth, sometime shortly after is the plan. So not until PTR is done, probably we're may have a public date. So we close, man. Let's skip PTR. God damn, man, god damn. It's gonna be interesting to see the top tier AU players versus the top tier NA players now when the ping swaps a little bit, right? It's gonna be interesting to see what they feel and what they get, right? Yes, you have to start on Haven to because you need a new character, right? So you start on Haven on a new third character slot, and then you can run into Sarducaa. And I will win for sure because of ping, kinda. We will see, right? It's gonna be interesting. I almost want the sheet of all the top tier PvPers. You know, I want the sheet. Do you guys have it? Have you done your tournaments? Do you have the sheets? We have the data, and then we do the same tournaments on Sarducaa, so we can get what changes. Can we make it happen, guys? Can we make it happen? I mean, if we have a 10k plus that want to play at the same time, then obviously this Sarducaa will be it will be shaky on that server. I'm not sure we're gonna have 10k at the same time though. I mean, that would be the Steam release all over again. I doubt it, right? But obviously it's a positive challenge. Where are the servers in America? Our first server is in Europe, and yes, we have been growing in population in North America, so it makes sense to have our second continent on North America. Now even more North American players can play, including the West Coast that struggle quite a bit on mainland. The housing have been tweaked to fit the sandy environment, so they don't look exactly the same as on mainland. The TC and that stuff. Yeah, 3k we can handle. We did that on Milan when it was way less optimized. Yeah, I think obviously 10k would be great, but initially this quickly on Sarducaa release, I don't think it would be 10k. I think it will be less, so hopefully it will be controllable, but obviously the plan is to slowly grow over time to those numbers, spread out. The show award in Sarducaa this year, yeah, can probably do that. What about 5k any? So that's hard to say. Depends what those 5k players are doing, I would say. If they're all gathering up in one place and fighting, then all hell is gonna get loose, because that's a huge strain. If they're spread out casually doing various things, it's way less of a strain. So that's also one of the factors, right? Won a key. It was Srikmani won a key. A new player. Real beard, indeed. naval battle. Obviously I tried to answer any question, but like I said in the stream beginning, obviously Sarducaa is the focus because that's the main topic and people wonder things. And also I don't think it's worth talking about balancing because it's a never-ending thing and people just get upset and never agrees. Other than that, I can cover any question pretty much, if I can. We have been discussing the combat flagging, right? We had a debate and a topic we share with the community to, you know, see how the community will react to it. And I think it's aligning towards the positive side. And that's always a struggle, right? But yeah, no, it's not coming with Sarducaa, obviously, right? It's just a debate phase to see, check the pulse. There's some pros and cons with it, but it seems mostly pros. I can't say the exact state, but it is East Coast, slightly central, in a good data center that have high grade CPU speeds, and that was one of the limiting factor. We have one West Coast, but as I mentioned before, the performance is way worse, so the tick rate becomes worse, which means it affects our combat, so it will actually be a downgrade, and that wouldn't be a good trade. So a little bit unfortunate we don't have better options when it comes to servers everywhere, so we're a little bit limited, but I think it's still a good location. Obviously, most of the players are East Coast. Europe players can still enjoy that location in a good way. And everyone in North America, including West Coast, will be able to enjoy the game in a better state that they couldn't before. So I think it's good. We will see on PTR as well, obviously, with real, your own performance experience. We thought about investing in your own data center. It's a pricey adventure, you know. Pains by TV reserved for 34 months. Thank you, I appreciate it. Fresh starter always fun. Let's play some Mortal again. I agree. It's gonna be fun. How are you on the team? I'm good, thank you. I have to admit we are a little bit stressed. It's been a lot of work, a couple of months. Feeling that we're getting closer and closer to deadlines, you know. Feels like, we have all the time enrolled when we start on something when we are many months away, even years. But then, bam, time just sneaks up on you and you feel stressed a little bit and you work a lot. And yeah, so hopefully things will go smooth so we can enjoy it and relax a little bit so we can get some energy back while we explore Sarducaa before we hunt on to the next sprint. You try to eliminate safe spotting, depends on how it is and how it's been done. Yes, there will be new weapons and armors, but it will be within the same groups. You know, we have swords, hammers, two-handed spears, all of those groups. So no new group introduced, but new weapon heads, handles, styles, stats. I must depart. Thank you for the stream, Henrik. Keep up the great work, Stalwarts. MO2 on top, baby. Truly one-of-a-kind game. I'm thankful to be part of the community. Awesome to have you here, Mr. Prinkley, and I will see you soon again. Next time maybe I will meet you in Sarducaa. In person. Yeah, obviously, always our prioritized order to try to improve and optimize Unreal Engine for big battles. Those are always a challenge, in, you know, for any MMO period. And we have quite some impressive numbers, but obviously there's always room for improvement. Yeah, someone needs to host that tournament that they did in Europe. And I want to see the brackets. I want to see the skills. Do you have the stats on who is in the top duelers? And then let's do the same thing on Sarducaa to see if any numbers reverse. You know. Your 5 baseline performance FPS wise was a little bit better, yes. But there are some other pros with Unreal 5 that we couldn't do in Unreal 4. And you know, tech becomes better, hardware becomes better, so hopefully soon more can enjoy the full performance in Unreal 5. I think we're gone a very long way if you compare it to many other UI5 games. I mean, I haven't seen a Sandbox MMO yet, but obviously it's a big thing, right? Need to always prioritize client performance as well. I've hit my 2-hour mark, I see. Time flies, time flies. Quite a while ago since I was streaming. I tried to obviously cover big things, updates, right, and patches. Did my chat just freeze on me? I don't see any new chat at all. I think it froze on me. Let's see if I can update it. Let's see. Bam. Hello? Okay. Now it works again. Odd. Not much I can say about wilderness zone on Sarducaa. There will obviously be wilderness zones. 6 months on the next stream. Nah. Next sprints won't be as large as Sarducaa, so I think it will be not that far off when we have some upcoming content for that. It will be smaller sprints. No updates on clothes, Under Armour, no. We are getting close though, and armors. It's Sarducaa, obviously. We have to see if we wanna do a new type round of votes. What's kinda frustrating is when we did those votes is because obviously we listen to the community and we interact with the community. People bashed us hard for not picking what the people wanted, and that's exactly what we did. We delivered all top 15 on those lists. Some of the orders have to be rearranged a little bit, but we have prioritized those top 15 and deliver them. So, but I guess it's always some goofball that can't think or can't see, so we have to ignore that, I guess. My beard is real. What's wrong with it? What's wrong? Housing overhaul, no plans on that. We plan to expand on it eventually. It's not new structures, but they are fitting the sand environment better, if you know what I mean. Where are you from? I'm from Sweden. We are in Sweden here. There may be a solution to the nudity for all you guys that have been shouting on a top roof for that for forever. I've checked with the providers. There may be a way to make it happen, believe it or not, but again, it hasn't been a high priority on our lists. But the little update I can give on it is that there may be a way to make it happen. I will have to update you sometime after Sarducaa when we have a little bit more time to address those things again. Yeah, I mean, we have some very exciting magic schools and other professions. We have some features like Hellgates that a lot of people want, so we need to, after Sarducaa, obviously we need to look into that a little bit. Obviously also we want to expand a little bit more on dungeons on Sarducaa, because it takes a lot of time to build dungeons, and obviously Milan having had more time to get more of that content. We don't want to neglect some of that content as well. So we have to make a proper plan after Sarducaa to see what do we need to hit first. The list is never ending, right? Staff Magic is one of the schools that can be voted on depending on when it's time to do some magic again. I think Staff Magic is one of the more popular. There's a few more. Mentalism is a really cool one. Illusionism. I mean, there are many quite unique and cool ones. So this is about 3 weeks away. 2 even. I mean, yeah. You mean not PTR. You mean a real deal. True. I mean, if PTR goes good, we may be looking at that time frame. Yes. We need to be very careful about crowd-controlled spells. Very careful in a game like this. But yeah, I mean, now we're hitting some old questions, I see. So maybe this is my cue for tonight. It's been a couple of long days and I have an annual meeting next week. There's always something going on around the development that takes some of my time and focus as well. But yeah, I've had fun, guys, meeting you today and showing you some Sarducaa up close in person. But yeah, I'm hitting 2.5 hour mark. I try to run them around 2 hours to make them feel fresh. Mortal is my full-time work, yes. It's been so for about 20 plus years. So we're a passionate little team here that is trying to give you the best sandbox MMO ever. And we're quite committed, as you can see, after 20 plus years. But yeah, it's gonna be super exciting. We have PTR in 2 weeks from now, exactly. So if you have the time and moment, feel free to help us to jump on at least and run around a little bit just to give us some data on volume when it comes to population jumping on Sarducaa. It's gonna be a blast and hopefully it's smooth so we can go live sometime very short after. Yeah. All right, let's see. Shall we do a little our classic raid? What do we say? Do we have someone streaming today? We have a few online. Shall we do the classic quick poll, you know? Classic quick poll. Obviously, we're gonna post some of the information during this stream on our website, Discord, including the PTR details. So if you missed it, you will find it all on website and Discord. Let me find a little button. What do we have? Raid channel. Let's do it. Ah shit. Wait. I need to do the poll first. I'm a little tired here, guys. Where the hell do we have that? Where's the... There, okay. Okay, quick votes, guys. Oops. Please move users more to the east after Sarducaa. More to the east. I mean, the good thing is that the majority of our population is East Coast, North America, and West Coast Europe. So it's actually a decent sweet spot for the majority of the players. Chickabome! Who do we got? Who do we got? Himothy. He's in the lead, eh? He's in the lead. And Himothy it is. Yes. Let's do it then. I mean, we can show some more stuff over the coming days. Some creatures, if you want. We don't want to spoil too much, obviously. We want it to feel exciting to explore the world. Or you sit and share right now, but I can't do it in game. True. I mean, soon you will be able to sit in game, finally. Comes with a few features. Right, shall we raid Himothy, shall we? Let's see here, what do we have to raid here? Himothy 902. Alright, let's do it. Everyone, thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for all your questions and joining us on this stream. And hopefully we will see you again on PTR. And yeah, thank you for all support, your subscription, donations, and questions. We really appreciate it. And let's do the raid to Himothy. All right, have a good night, everyone. And I will see you soon again.